Good morning. I've had my morning ablutions and I'm going to make some coffee and some porridge. Beautiful. Wind forecast to be like this until about 9-10 o'clock, then kick up a little bit. But this is what you would call glass. That's a life straw mission. Gravity filter, quite easy to use once you get used to it, and it fills up quite quickly, which is a real major bonus. It's loaded and started. If you don't already, really get some hand sanitizer. It absolutely works well. Water's just about ready in a couple of minutes. Insta coffee's ready to go. Maple syrup. This was Kitty's idea. What this is quick oats, a little bit of powdered coconut, some nuts, some dehydrated banana. And the one thing we forgot, Kitty reminded me last night when she called me, we forgot to put chia seeds in it. So it's not quite overnight oats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the 2 cups of coffee and I'm going to dump it into the kettle pot of the BioLite stove and stir it around. I'm sure it'll be fine. We shall see. This Quest 100 is over a decade old from Costco and I like it. I find it works a lot better for me than the Sea Eagle in wind. So I'm quite happy with it, even though it's a very basic one. One of the things with these are the rubber gasket that you put in there and you click it over and then you pull it out to drain it. Actually fell out because it was very loose and it wasn't going to survive anyway. So what I did before I set off is I improvised, and this is how I improvised it. A doggy poop bag. Now you could blow that up and do all sorts of things with it, but I don't want to tape it over because I actually want to still use it as a drainage hole. That was my innovation of the day. BioLite stove working away. The fan's automatic at a certain temperature. The Alpenglow 250, I really kind of like this light. It's only the second time I've used it, but it's great for reading. Very bright, lasts ages. It went to about probably 60% over the last 3 trips. The yellow indicator is battery, and it stores battery life every time you actually use it as a stove. That's the beauty of it. The fan indicator is the blue. I can automatically override that for a little period of time. Obviously the stronger the fan, hotter the flame. And the orange is, I believe, the temperature, but I'll have to look that up for you. So I'm kind of happy with the GoPro in these sorts of conditions. Definitely I'm not happy with it in the winter. It's round about 2 batteries have been used out of the 3 I have, and they were both full to start with, and I haven't shot a huge amount of video, which is probably a good thing. I don't like to have the campsite partially broken down and people arrive early. So as soon as I've had my breakfast and my chores, I strike camp, get ready to leave, even if I'm planning to stay, which I am today. My other piece of advice for kit like this is actually plug it in before you turn it on. I always forget. When you get the boxes for stuff like this, keep them. They're actually designed to transport the Alpenglow in a way that won't damage it in modern transportation methods. And that is exactly why I keep it. And I think it's great. Not waterproof, obviously. You don't want to get this stuff wet. I really like BioLite stuff. Mostly because I've never really had any failures other than once, and that was at home, and that was my fault when you drop things over a metre to the ground by accident. It's no surprise if they break. So I got some boiling water in there, waiting for the second cup of coffee, and I decided to use my pot that I got from Jeff Helm. I added the cup myself. At one time I had this down to an art form. The overnight oats method, don't really recommend it. If you put in the banana, it kind of went soft. It's pretty tasteless, no surprise. They use really old chemicalized bananas for dehydrated bananas you buy in the store, I think. And it's a little burnt because I wasn't paying attention. But it's filled me up and I have my second cup of coffee. So if I was leaving early, I would let the BioLite stove go out. But because I'm charging up the light, I'm actually recharged it with local wood, which is why it's a little smoky, because it's a bit wet to start with. Second time I've done this. As you can see, I now have 3 solid lights, and the 4th full indicator is starting to get there. The BioLite, of course, is still charged. Bye bye, little camp. Bye bye. Just about civilization, and I've stopped here because it looks like a nice place to stop, and it also seems to be a wild camping spot. Getting in was actually quite easy, and it would be absolutely great for swimming because there's a nice little ledge that goes about 3 meters out and then drops. There are all islands over there. One I'm on right now is actually an island. Well, I'll show you around a bit. First off, I came from over there. Beautiful kayak, took my time. See, there's a fire pit, so people have used it. But as you can tell, not for quite some time. And as I said, this is an island. But the channel is reed filled. It's getting hot, so I'm going to drink quite a bit of water, just rest, check the time, check in with Kitty, just let her know by text that I'm on my way. And yeah, enjoy my morning. You need quite a bit of prep work, but you can actually make a really decent pad there. I've looked all around. There is no evidence of actual overnight camping here, which is nice. It means that it isn't really that heavily used. Some of them are. But you are right on the channel, so it would be fairly noisy. But it's good to explore the area and get off the normal routes and actually have a look for stuff. You know, in really adverse weather and a battle to get over here, I might have to stay here a day or two and not carry on. So it's always worth knowing what is where, and this would actually work quite well. I just stopped on a dock because I needed to pee and carrying on that way. It's very peaceful here. This has been brought to you by a Very Cute Terrier production 2022. Hello Wolfie, how you doing? Yes, it's Wolfie Cat.